Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Josh, the GameDad, and this is Super Mario RPG. I ain't got anything to say other than I love this game, and I figure for the first few games I play, I should either be really interested in or really enjoy, you know? And this is one I played a bunch as a kid, like a whole lot. I'm going to go with a new game. I'll end up saving over that one. And I am the GameDad. So I'm a huge fan of RPGs. Anyone who knows me knows that. So I had to play some. Okay, watch. Here's the storyline. May shock you. There's Peach, and then Bowser, and Bowser kidnaps Peach. Even more shocking, Mario comes to save her. But I do love that opening. Like, even though it's an RPG game, it's still a Mario game. But this was the game, like, I've loved RPGs for a long time, but this was the game that made me an RPG lover. Like, I could cite a number of games that I truly loved, but this is really the one that kind of, the light came on. Wasn't the first RPG I played, mind you. It just gave me the real appreciation for them because it brought my love of Mario together with my love of RPGs. So, now in these original battles, I can just kind of have fun with it because there's no real stakes. So I can kind of take this time to explain things. So, you'll see the buttons around Mario. Y, A, X, and B. It's genius. This was how they came up with the different commands. A is for your basic attacks. Y is for your special moves. X is for items. And B is for either defending or running away. I doubt I will ever use that. But, what this game did, you may notice that time I swung once. You know, you may notice Mario looks a little different between moves. What this game introduced is called timed hits. If you hit the button right when you go to attack someone, at the right moment, and there's different ways that certain commands do it. With attack, it's pretty much just you gotta hit it right at that sweet spot moment, your hit becomes stronger. If you miss it, your hit becomes weaker. The same thing works defensively. You may notice one time I took a hit, and I just stood there and took it. And then another time I took a hit, and Mario kind of ducked down and grabbed his hat. That's the case for timed defense. Now, in that first set of battles, it doesn't matter. You can literally just tap the A button to hit attack, and then do nothing, and you'll still survive. But so, as an adult, I know the trick to this battle to make it as fast as possible, which I will do. Don't let Bowser bruise you, Mario! Oh, that was... You know what? That was an accident, but I'm running with Peach has a Harvey Fierstein voice for the remainder of this playthrough. I'm about to send you to the great beyond. Y is for special moves. Some of them function the same, in that you hit the button right when you're supposed to hit someone. Sometimes it's like a charge and then a let go. Sometimes it's a button sequence. There's different things. The trick here is you can hit Bowser all you want. It don't matter. You want to get rid of the Kink Link. And quapam. Yeah, you can't hurt me, dude. As a kid, this fight took me longer than it should have, because 2 jumps and he's down. What was that sound? No! It's a chain reaction! Hang on, Kink Link! Eeyah! Because that's probably how he meant to say it. Come in, Mario! Fight, Mario! Fight! You know, sometimes Stupidity isn't for a crowd. It's for yourself. And that just felt good in my soul. Mwah! Did you think that... I'm sorry, I can't keep going. I was just gonna give it to you. You're always in my way. This is it. I'm gonna take you out, Mario. And boom. Funga! Foiled again! Which I love that he says funga, because it's very clearly supposed to be another word, but it's the Mushroom Kingdom. So that makes sense. Let's get out of here! Yeah, we're gonna go back to a girl voice there. Shriek! Mario! I'm going to fall! This is where the game changes. So up till this moment, and it's the first couple minutes, I've been playing for, 5 minutes now? It's just Mario and Bowser. And then you see a sword, and stars, and kaboom. The real cool thing about it is, the first time you load it up, if there are no save files, there's no sword in the castle. It's a cool little thing, and then after that, from then on, as soon as you have a save file, there's always a sword there. And it was something I noticed as a kid, and I was like, oh, okay, so they trick ya. And Mario goes flying. He lives in the pipe house. Never questioned it. Conveniently, he has a pipe on his roof for just such an occasion. For now, I'm just going to kind of comment a bit, because it's going to take a sec for the game to get going. But once it does, I know a lot about this game. This is a game where I'm probably going to get a bit more into the nitty-gritty of things. Just because I know it very well. So, for those who don't know, if for whatever reason you happen to be in this area and you want a free heal, that's it. Push the... Jeez, I completely forgot the letter. Push the A button next to the mushroom, you go to sleep. Mario, of course, has his spare overalls and third hat. As you do. So there's a save spot. Talk to Toad. Hey! I thought the princess was here with you, Mario! So where is she? That's how Toad sounds. Mario! What's with the silent treatment? You're not telling me something! It's Bowser again, isn't it? Oh no! Here we go again! I have way too much fun doing the Toad voice. I do. So basically, the rule of thumb is, as always, everyone is useless. Mario saved the day. But they do take this chance to explain. This game does do pretty well in tutorialing. It's fast. It gives you options to not do it. But basically lets you know, hey, you can save. Not your last save. Save here anyway? Yup. Which... Can I say, why don't more games do it that simply? Hey, this isn't the last spot you saved in. You sure you want to pot it here? Just saying. I don't need a confirm button if it's a blank slate. I need it if I'm going to save over another file. The sword is talking. This castle now belongs to us, the Smithy Gang. It's our first step towards taking over this world. And if it weren't for those characters like you, we'd practically own this world. Let's see you deal with this. The sword seen here using his legendary technique of mouth movement to create an earthquake. As you do. So then you head back here and you're like, hey Toad, guess what just happened? And this is one of my favorite things about this game. Mario is still a protagonist. But he's also in an RPG game, but he doesn't talk. So, everything is charades. Bridge Pouch Keep is out now? Just wonderful. Must inform the Chancellor. It gets more and more outlandish as the game goes on. Eventually, he, like, turns into other people, and... So, we are ready for our adventure. No, wait! Toad. Bump on your head, reduce your HP level. Put a lampshade right on it. You know how to use items? Of course I do. You're just so well-traveled and experienced, Mario. So oh! There's a Goomba! This is the opportunity to learn about timed hits. I already told you about it. I'm not going to go through a timed hit tutorial. Yes, I know about timed hits. Hey! You better watch out! He knows about timed hits! You gotta punch your lights out! And this dude's just like, alright, I'm out here! I mean, it's a Goomba, though. Like, oh, that's right. We need to tell the Chancellor about that's literally what you told me about. Receive 3 mushrooms. I'm not worried about the 1 hit point, per se, because he really did knock 1 hit point off your life. I don't think it'll matter, but I would just rather do this right now. I like to save my mushrooms, because there will come points when I may or may not need them. I'm very much so one of those guys. Like, I'm the dude who we're playing, I'm playing a Final Fantasy game. It's like, oh, an elixir. Gotta put this with the other 23. And I'm into the final fight, and I'm like, I might need these against the super last boss. You never know. So, 2 Goombas. Okay. Here's something your daddy didn't tell you about this game. I am going to do what's called wasting this move. But for a specific purpose. So, Mario's jump command is special. So you may notice, right now I've only got jump. I will learn more moves. There are also other characters who will join. They have different moves, all with different types of effects. You may notice at the top you see a little dancing flower symbol above the word jump, and with a 0-3 next to it, and you see 0-7/10. What's that saying is jump as a skill costs 3 flower points, and I have 7 left out of a maximum of 10. Now, I'm using it anyways. Both to show you about flower points, and what's cool about it in this game is flower points are a shared resource. So they're like MP in any other, sort of RPG. But they're a shared resource. Everyone uses from the same pool. So the more you raise your MP, the better, because that's what all your characters are using to use their special attacks. I'm down to 1, so I can't do anything now. But the reason why I use that is because Mario's jump is a special category of technique, and nowhere in the game does it mention this, and very few people know this. But Mario's jump, I should have saved it for right here. I'm an idiot. Sorry about that, folks. I'll get smarter in the future. I was just so excited to tell you about Mario's jump. The thing about Mario's jump move is every time you use it, it has a hidden ticker in the game. And every time you use it, it gets... I believe it's got a ticker up to 256. It's got a raw internal power rating in the game. Like, in the game, basically, it uses, like, some complex math. And, hold on. I gotta decide if I want to take out that turtle. Nah, I'm just gonna go straight here. So the game has its own inner formulas about how everything's calculated out. And it's got a power rating of, like, 20-something. I forget the exact number. I don't know that. What I do know is it's got a ticker up to 256 that the game does not tell you about. Every use effectively increases it. Increase that ticker by 1, obviously. But what that means is it effectively increases its power. That was stupid. I should have healed. Okay. Sometimes the game throws you a bone. In this case, it threw me a bone. Because you can die in this first area. That was real stupid of me. Thank you, game, for looking out. I'll make sure to heal in the future. So yeah, every use effectively increases its power rating by ½ a point. So just use it. Like right now, I'm at 1 out of 10. There is a healing spot here. Pull that dude out. But I've used it 3 times, so I've increased its power rating 1.5 points. Basically, every point is an extra thing of damage. But you gotta think about that. Like, I'm doing 50 damage now. If it was maxed out, I'd be doing 170. The changes are very quick and very noticeable. Use that. And so, you saw, when I hit that, a mushroom popped out. Mushrooms fully restore your health and your flower points. You can also find coins, obviously. And you can find flowers, which just restore your flower points. Level up! So, level up. What I love about this game is it shows you how much everything went up. I like seeing that. It makes me feel happy. But also, this game has a branching level up system. It gives you choices. Your choices are yours, and yours alone. Choose wisely. Thank you, Olmec of Legend of the Hidden Temple. So, when you push on it, you can see how much your stats go up. Max HP. If I choose special, I get 3 points of special attack, 1 point of special defense. If I choose attack, I get 1 point of attack, 1 point of defense. You may notice, special gives way more than power. That's because the game uses a system where every level it rotates, one of them gives you more than usual. Up to, I want to say, level 20. The maximum level in this game is 30, by the way. It was very intro. It's still fun, but it's very intro. And so one always gives you more. So if I pick special attack right now, I get 3 points instead of 1 point. So that's the best choice. Same thing happens on power. No matter what, defense only goes up by 1. On the power level, you get 3 points of power, and on an HP level, instead of getting 3 HP, he gets 5 HP. The best choice is realistically to go with whatever's highest. But that being said, you don't have to by any remote stretch of the imagination. I've had games where I kind of pick and choose, like everyone has a special focus, and they went fine. I even, one time, just for giggles, I basically did a run where I purposely went in the way that was not the most efficient. So, like, Mallow is a physical... upcoming character is a physical fighter. Another upcoming character... But I gave him all attack boosts, even though he was a caster. And then another one who's just a pure brawler, and I went with all special attack boosts. And it's fine. The game's not super difficult. If you know what you're doing, you can still work with the quote-unquote inefficiency of that. But if you're looking for the highest overall stats, that's the way to do it. What I love about this game is, as simple as the timed hit system seems, it's genius. In any other RPG, I'm just... Like, let's just say I'm playing... The other RPG of the Super Nintendo that really, resounded with me, on the Super Nintendo, that is Final Fantasy IV/2. It was 2 in America at the time. I played it as a kid on the Super Nintendo. I still have my cartridge. I know that game forwards and backwards. And in that one, especially the American version on Super Nintendo, it was very easy. You just kind of... as a kid, it wasn't quite as easy. I didn't know all the tricks like I do now. But as an adult, I play through that game because I still love the story and the characters and things like that. But you can basically just, button mash your way through without paying attention. With this, I actually kind of gotta pay a little bit of attention. I gotta know what I'm doing. I gotta time my move here. Because otherwise, I'm gonna get rocked. So I gotta keep at least a little bit of focus on the fight. I have 1 honey syrup. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. When you hit it and a flower comes out, it doesn't restore your flower points. It just raises your maximum flower points by 1. My apologies. If I'm correct... Okay. That was a close call! Yeah, of course it was. So... That item I just got. Flower tab. The thing about flower tabs, there's flower tabs, flower jars, and flower boxes. Flower tabs raise your maximum flower points by 1, flower jars by 3, flower boxes by 5. But they also fully restore your flower points. So they work pretty well in that regard. Now I have enough that because of that, I can use jump 4 times. I am going to fight a couple spinies. I don't have to. You can run right by the spinies in this area. I'm going to just because I want to get to level 3 real quick. I find that's where you get to the next boss and you just rock him in a couple seconds. It's worth the extra few seconds. Doesn't take that long, I promise. There we go. Get that guy. So I got this game when I was... I think I was maybe 6 or 7. No. Wasn't that soon. It was very shortly after it came out. I do remember that. It was maybe a month after the game came out that I got it. And I devoured this game. Like, I played it so much. I searched for hidden chests. So I will get most of those, by the way. I'm gonna try and just remember where they are. And I make no promises about doing that effectively. But I'm gonna try my darndest. I'll tell you that right now. But... I did end up, like, as a kid, finding almost all of them by myself. The one I didn't end up finding by myself, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be in the next episode. I'm not going to make it into the Mushroom Castle Kingdom, whatever. Ooh, lucky, I get to show you how that works. I will not make it in there this episode. That's going to be where my next episode is. But in that one, there's one chest. There are hidden treasure chests in the game. Let me rephrase. And there's a whole thing about you want to try and find them. Sure. There's one that where it's hidden, you have precisely 2 chances in the entire game to get it. And if you don't get it on either of those chances, you're done. It's over. Try again. So when you get lucky, those flowers, sometimes when you beat an enemy, you get one of those flowers. Come in 3 forms. HP max is pretty clear, it just heals you fully. Attack up, just a big power boost. And then lucky. What lucky does is basically you play a literal shell game. If I find Yoshi, I get double the experience points. There's a little bird. If I find the bird, I get exactly what I would have anyways. If I find the little womp womp black thing, then I lose, and I get nothing. Oh, cool. So, later on, that becomes really nice when you can kind of force fights with big experience to give you a good payout. You may notice I'm not using the jump attack, by the way. That is for 2 separate yet equally important reasons. Reason number 1 is that the upcoming boss, there's a boss right around the corner, and I'm purposely not showing him to you until I get there, on the chance that you haven't seen this game. I'm gonna go ahead and use a mushroom, just in case. That was a good choice. The upcoming boss, it helps to have 4 full uses of jump. Reason number 2 is you can't jump on Spinies. At least not yet. I will get the ability to do that pretty shortly here, and it will be nice. But until I do, there's such a... Now, one other thing you may notice is you may see there's some variances in my damage. Even when I time the hits, sometimes it's 18, sometimes it's 24. The game is kind of consistent, like, in the numbers, but it's not consistent in... Like, it's consistent that you only have certain numbers you can hit, but it can be different numbers. The reason why you're seeing those is... So, timed hits work on a frame system. You have a certain amount of frames of the attack. And there's a whole range where you can hit it and it counts as a timed hit. But there's a sweet spot where if you get it just right, it's even stronger. I've done this so much growing up that I can hit that sweet spot, I'd like to say, pretty consistently. That's why I'm doing a lot of the 24s, but when I'm just off, it's only 18. Okay, boom. Mario reaches level 3. And I heal in the process, if I remember correctly. And I learned Fire Orb. So I'll show you that when I have a chance. So I can get 3 HP, only 1, or 2. It's 2. So I can get 2 attack. Still the best choice. Just makes life a lot easier there. And the boss is over here. And it's the Hammer Bros. Me and my hammer don't like you. Mario! You better be careful! He's definitely got a mean streak! I don't care. That was, by the way, the opportunity to heal. But I don't need to heal because I just leveled up. So you face 2 Hammer Bros. Now, you could use your new fancy jump orb, but you only have enough to do that twice. Jump, however, I can do 4 times. Makes it better. Something about this fight is... Okay, I'll show you. So I use it, boom. Does great damage, boom. Now then, for the remaining Hammer Brother, he's gonna get pissed and buff himself. I believe that one increases his defense? Yep, okay. That's why it's handy to have multiple jump attacks. I could probably finish him off with Fire Orb here, but I wasn't perfectly sure, so I'd rather do this. I will show you guys fire. Like, I'm going to try and show you every single special move in the game. I'll try and show you all the different, like, pieces of gear and things like that, but here's where we're at. Flower jar. I'm not going to use that right away, though. Wasn't watching where I was going. Mushroom Kingdom's up ahead. We're almost there, Mario! Okay. And as I was saying, I think this game's got a great tutorial system. These first few areas are very easy. They introduce you different concepts. The first area is just showing you battle. The second area kind of shows you how enemies can hide and pop out. You got to be prepared for things, but you've already got items to work around that. This third area shows you spinies. If I jumped on it, you would have seen it just deals 0 damage because they're spiked enemies, so you kind of learn that in a safe environment. And then shows you that stronger enemies, i.e. bosses, and then finishes up by showing you, by giving you a weapon. Now, if I did not equip this, going into the Mushroom Kingdom, it would give me the chance to do like a quick little equipment tutorial. I am not a moron, so I'm not going to equip it. But notice my flowers are full back up because I beat the boss. So I'm going to save this flower jar. The reason why is because now that once you've played enough, you realize flower jars, yeah, they raise your maximum thing, but they also fully restore your flower points. So what makes sense is just use your flower points and then use those to raise your number, but also to recover. So basically it's just a free chance, but you can't do that in battle. So it actually makes sense to waste them through and then do that before a boss. I'm going to leave it off here because we're about to head to the Mushroom Kingdom. But yeah, and hopefully, I really hope I get this. I'm pretty confident I should get this hidden chest first shot, but I am going to do it very much so at the beginning of the episode, and then I'll probably do some other things before I progress the story just to show you. But alrighty, so I will catch you guys next time. Shout out below if you knew all the stuff I was saying about this game, or even if let's start this. Who's played this game? I think it's a classic, but I found there are a number of people who haven't played it. They just didn't have a chance. So I'd love to know how many of you played it, how many of you didn't, and when did you play it? In my case, like I said, I got the cartridge like a month after it came out. It timed perfectly that I had the chance to do it, and I've played it ever since. But some people I know like emulated in high school, or so, you know, just shout out below, let me know. Alrighty? Leave a like if you like this, leave a dislike if you didn't. You know, if my voice has got to you, the Princess Peach's voice, you know, I'm pretty sure she sounds like this. Alrighty, folks. I'll catch you next time, GameDad fam.